it's Miss Brittney. Hope you all are enjoying your time off and staying healthy. I miss you. And today we're going to read a book called Corduroy. Riley's going to be my helper today. This book, the title is Corduroy. And the author of this story is Don Freeman. Do you remember what an author is? You guys at home, do you remember? Riley, what's an author?
What's person that writes a book.
Writes a book, right. The author writes the story. Good job. So Don Freeman is the author of this story. Let's see what happens. Corduroy. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. I see a problem with Corduroy. Bless you, Riley. I see a problem with Corduroy. What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him, Riley?
He's missing a button.
He's missing a button, yes. Oh, he's there on the bookshelf, isn't he? The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't even look new. He's lost the button to one of his shoulder straps." Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. Show me your sad face at home. Everybody show me your sad face. Riley, show me your sad face. Can you show me your sad face? "I didn't know I'd lost my button," he said to himself. "Tonight I'll go and see if I can find it." He's going on an adventure. We've talked about that before, isn't he? He's going to go on an adventure and see if he can find that button. Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. What does it mean to search for something? If you're searching for something, what does that mean?
You look for it.
You're looking for it, right? So he's looking. Show me how you're looking. Looking for something. Yep, looking everywhere. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quiet by accident, he had stepped onto an escalator, and up he went. Could this be a mountain, he wondered. "I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain." Raise your hand if you've ever rode an escalator like this before. Has anyone ever rode that? I don't think Corduroy had ever rode one. He thought it was a mountain. He thought he always wanted to climb a mountain. He stepped off the escalator as it reached the next floor, and there, before his eyes, was the most exciting sight. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. "This must be a palace," Corduroy gasped. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." What's a palace, Bradley?
A castle.
Kind of like a castle, yes. Does that look like a castle to you?
Kinda.
Corduroy thinks it's a castle. He wandered around admiring the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." And up he crawled onto a large, thick mattress. All at once, he saw something small and round. "Why, here's my button," he cried, and he tried to pick it up. But like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down tight. Look at those buttons on the mattress. Is that Corduroy's button?
No.
What are those buttons?
Mattress button.
They go on the mattress, don't they? But what did Corduroy think?
It was his.
Corduroy thought it was his button, so he tries to pull it off. Uh-oh. Is it gonna work? See what happens. He yanked and pulled with both paws until pop! Off came the button, and off the mattress Corduroy toppled. Bang! Into a tall floor lamp. over it fell with a crash. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going his rounds on the floor above. When he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. "Now who in the world did that?" he exclaimed. "Somebody must be hiding around here." He flashed his light under and over sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all, and there he saw two fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the cover. "Hello," he said. "How did you get upstairs?" The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator and set him on the shelf in the toy department with all the other animals and dolls. Where did he put him back?
On his shelf.
On his shelf. Did Corduroy find his button? No, he didn't get it yet, did he? Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came into the store in the morning, and there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he had seen the day before. "I'm Lisa," she said, "and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I've saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home." So Lisa wanted Corduroy, didn't she? Even though he was missing a button. "Shall I put him in a box for you?" the sales lady asked. "Oh, no, thank you," Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment and straight to her very own room. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like that enormous palace in the department store. "This must be home," he said. "I know I've always wanted a home." Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. "I like you the way you are," she said, "but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened." What did Lisa give Corduroy?
His button.
His button. To make him more comfortable. And where did he get to stay at? What is this place called?
A bedroom.
His bedroom. What did he say though? It was his
home.
His home, right? He said he always wanted a home, didn't he? "You must be a friend," said Corduroy. "I've always wanted a friend." "Me too," said Lisa, and gave him a big hug. The end. That's the end of our story. Thank you guys, and we'll try to read another story very soon.